by St Caian Church in Ynys Môn in Wales. There's a very old grave here. The grave dates back to 1581 and it's the grave of a William Ap Howel. Get ready to get your mind blown with this one. Now there's a couple of remarkable things about this person. Firstly, he lived to a very old age. Now, bearing in mind that life expectancy in the 1500s would have been around 50 or 60 if you were very lucky. But William Ap Howel lived to the grand age of 105. He was married 3 times. Now, as there was no divorce back in the 1500s, he must have outlived his first 2 wives. Another remarkable fact about him, he fathered 43 children. But that's not the most remarkable thing about him. Let's have a look at some of the graves here before we go and see his grave. Hugh Owen, who died February 1st, 1871 at the age of 53, and next to him we have, in memory of the children of Thomas and Martha Jones, Margaret, who died January 25th, 1974 at 2 years and 8 months, and Owen, who died October 18th, 1876 at 1 day old. In memory of Ellen Hughes, Tyn y Mynydd, the one who died February 8th, 1891 at 79 years old. She did all she could. Underneath are deposited the mortal remains of Richard Meredith, late tenant of Tan y Llan in this parish, who departed this transitory life on the 22nd day of November in the year 1836, aged 87 years. And there's some graves of other members of the Meredith family here. Another Richard Meredith here, so it must be his son. And he died January 22nd, 1885, at the age of 92. And his wife and his daughter are buried next to him. In memory of Elizabeth, daughter of Richard and Elizabeth Meredith, Park Llangefni, the one who died September 18th, 1860 at 10 years old. Also Elizabeth, wife of the late Richard Meredith, the one who died November 5th, I think, 1885 at the age of 78. Some alterations would have been made to the church over the centuries, but it is a 14th century church, and this window dates from the 14th century. I've already tried the door and it's locked. This doorway dates to the 15th century. And it's dedicated to St Caian, who was a 5th or 6th century saint, which little is known about. Although he may have been the brother of St Cwllog, who I mentioned recently in another church video. Okay, let's go and see the grave of William Ap Howel. He was actually buried right next to the church. And here's the headstone. Because the grave is so old, obviously you can't read the headstone anymore. Now, The most remarkable fact about William Ap Howel was the age of his children when he died, or the age range. When he died, his youngest child was 8 years old, and his oldest child was 89. There's a plaque here. They've replaced this. Actually, there used to be another plaque here before. Here lies William Ap Howel, who died March 11th, 1581, aged 105. He begat 43 children. In the Guinness World Records list, a man called Les Coley of Australia has the title of the oldest legal father. He reportedly fathered his 9th child at the age of 92. And this gentleman died in 1998, so they were able to verify this. But William Ap Howel would have fathered the child at the age of, 96 or 97? You can do the maths. So sorry, Les Coley, we've got a gentleman here whose record you didn't beat. I'll have another video this weekend. I think I've still got a couple of videos from my Dublin trip which I need to upload. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Oh, remember my channel membership